Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We have a new shaving cream from Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat and join the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to make sure that you knew about one of the first meetups that we've heard happening in 2025. We have the Arizona meetup on February 22nd at Razor Emporium. So check out their Facebook event to get more information on who's going to be there and what's going on.
And y'all, if you saw the videos from last year's meetup, there were some awesome things happening. If you are going, Texan Shaves already got his hotel room. Put it down in the comments so we know what members of the Whiff Pack are going to be there. We might have you do some reconnaissance for us. And what's our soap today? Y'all, we have been won over by the new line of creams at Ariana and Evans, and we noticed they had a few new ones. We bring you glad tidings of great joy. The first one we grabbed was Talc and Lavender. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, so from the sales page at shavingshopclub.com.
It's tough to put into words, but Talc and Lavender is simply stunning in its simplicity. It's not quite barbershop, not quite floral. It's just the perfect blend of talcum powder and lavender. This scent is sure to be a hit with everyone, as it's effortlessly lovely. Delicate, gentle, and oh so soothing. It's a truly uplifting fragrance. Plus, with hints of almond and Toulouse balsam, it's got that little extra something.
I thought that said tofu for a second. I was a little bit scared. Y'all, I am excited because if there is one scent note that wakes up that inner barbershop craving in all of us, it's talc, which I think is going to be more of a baby powder note because talc itself, like the raw mineral, I think smells kind of chalky.
Right.
I am excited to see where Peter's nose is going to take us on this adventure, y'all. Let's unbox it. Do I have matcha hiding in here? Well, yes, I do, but that's for a future episode. This is what you have come to see today, y'all. I am so excited, and we've got a splash to go along with it. Let's see what we got.
Ooh, it's a pretty purple color. Look at that.
The lavender up there.
And it actually says 5.3 ounces,
Right.
y'all.
Very generous. And here is your splash, your perfect friends. All right, it is time to have a powdery first impression. So, y'all, when an amazing new soap comes out, our phones start going off. And generally, because a lot of our friends in the wet shaving world are on the East Coast,
True.
our phones start going off early when a banger has hit this world. And y'all, we have had reports from the four corners of the world about this one. And here's why I'm super excited.
Okay.
Some totally get the talc, some totally get the lavender, and some get a brand new version of both. So I don't think we're looking at your run-of-the-mill oils here. I think some magic has been done. And then reading those scent notes at the beginning.
There's other sneaky ones in there.
Who knows what this is going to be, but I think it's going to be around for a while because it is very well beloved already. Why don't you take it in and I will ask you some questions.
It's interesting, too, because if you hear Peter say simple, you know it's not quite simple.
It's not going to be simple. It's taking something that is simple and exploring its possibilities. The chord progression for Pachelbel's Canon is what's used in Hook by Blues Traveler. Right. It's kind of that thing. So while it might be a simple chord progression, miracles and wonders can be made with it. The best food in the world is often made with 3 and 4 ingredients by Michelin star chefs. So you are absolutely right. When I see the word simple from A&E, right. I get excited.
My ears perk up a little bit. Okay. Talc and lavender.
All right, let's see what you get.
Especially after getting lavender noir. That was not just plain lavender, y'all.
That made and defined the beginning of the Masterpiece collection here at the Barbershop Duet. So I am so excited to see where this one's going to go.
Okay, don't get your nose too close.
Sorry,
you might smell. Okay, normal color.
Very nice.
Right.
No vanilla.
I don't
All
think
right,
so.
here we go.
Oh, okay. I think I get what they meant by simple.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not simple. It's very obvious, which is kind of funny. But the way that the scent is coming out, I think, in my mind, when we first started this, that I thought some of the classic aftershave homages would smell something like this.
Oh.
They didn't. They were a lot more herby and more masculine.
Right.
But there's something about that, like, powdery part. It's not the baby powder side.
Oh.
So to me, the baby powder is more sweet, I would say.
Gotcha.
I think this is going more for the talc.
Maybe it is the talky side rather than the baby powder side.
Yeah, I can picture a powder, but it is more of like a chalky, talky kind of a thing coming through.
Cool.
Instead of more the powdery barbershop lane.
Right.
So this, it's bright and crisp and a little bit of that chalkiness. And then the lavender, it's not like a dried lavender.
Right.
I mean, I would trust Peter to know, but I'm getting more of like a vibrancy, like I just took it off the plant.
Nice.
Kind of thing.
Right.
So I don't know what other stuff is hiding in the background, but it's just making my nose focus on those two and how they're interacting.
Nice.
So I think they were right in saying it's more simple, but in a very cool way.
Now, those extra supporting scent notes, are those more designed to add a vibe to it, or are those more designed to shine a spotlight on the talc and lavender?
I think more the spotlight. Like, I don't even realize that they're there.
Right.
So I think they're just helping turn the volume up and have us all focus on the talc and the lavender side that's here.
Well, because some of your better perfumers know where the outlier scents are inside of a key scent note. So if you've got a raspberry scent, the outside of that is going to bind beautifully with leather. There's also a similar phenomenon with almond and cherry, very similar note perfuming wise. So that's very cool that those are kind of designed more to bring your nose back to the talc and lavender.
It's funny, my brain is just getting like a stark white, spotless, clean countertop. Like,
nice.
I don't know if it puts me in a barbershop lane at all. Like, I just see like it is the most clean, meticulous, like white color that my brain can get.
Like the Marcus Clean scent that I am on a search for?
I really think so, because there's something, you were mentioning vibe earlier, and then my brain was kind of think something, people always ask, is it more masculine or feminine? And this one I don't think has anything attached to it.
Nice.
Like, I think if you're on the search for a clean scent, this is totally one in that lane.
And I love those, where somebody's going to walk by you and not necessarily pick out any scent notes, but just go, wow, that dude's clean. Not necessarily musky or spicy, just clean, but without being soapy. I'm a very specific guy.
There are other layers that are happening here. I don't know if I would have known that it had the balsam in there or the almond, but I can tell there's something that still is showing me that like bright white kind of color. So there's more here than that. And the intensity is pretty potent here. I have to say it's like a 3.5. It is very vibrant in its scent. But a scent like this is much more timid and quieter. So I do like that this is kind of turned up in intensity as well, because it is a prominent voice. Like, it is clean.
Right. So very intense, but also sort of soft and beautiful. Think the song that Billie Eilish sang in the Barbie movie.
It's interesting, when we're doing more of the barbershop ones, people want to know right away, is it more that blue lane barbershop or is it more the baby powder side? This doesn't have the baby powder stuff in it. So if you read talc and you're like, ugh, how's that going to go? This is much more on the talky side of powder.
And the reason I mentioned that at the beginning is baby powder is a conglomeration of scent notes. That's lavender and heather and a couple of other things that have sort of defined the idea of baby powder worldwide. I think it actually started in France.
Right.
But talc does smell different and has a beautiful scent. Clay has a beautiful scent. I think they're kind of in that same vein.
Yeah.
And one of the best scents from my childhood that I remember is the smell of a bar of ivory soap. All that is rendered tallow. Like, that's it. And yet it has this beautiful sweetness to it. So I love that sometimes some of the simpler scents might be the ones that so deeply connect to our memories.
And this is, the lavender in here is somehow almost like the supporting actor.
Right.
It's in here. But I think every time my nose tries to go towards the lavender side, I get bumped back to the talky side. Like, it just kind of keeps going back and forth.
And that's what I mean. The best scents have movement. There's a tug of war in there.
So I'm curious to get our noses on the splash, but at least right off the puck, that's kind of what I'm getting.
I just want to get my nose on
I
this
think
thing.
you should.
When you say talc and lavender in the wet shame world, just about everybody goes, Wait, what? Yeah. So that's why I'm most excited
I really do
about
feel
this.
like, though, what you were saying earlier, because the Marcus Clean lane has some interesting sides that we found.
It really does.
Some are more a little like aquatic-y blue color to mind.
Right.
Some are more like a soapy, just straight up clean.
Yep.
Some have more of like a woodsy kind of side or a more green side.
And growing up, before I found the wet shaving world, I went to Le Mail, the one from Jean-Paul Gaultier, the original. Just mint, clean, soapy, kind of that idea. That was my jam. You go back a little further, it was Obsession for Men, but we're not going to talk about that today. All right, I'm taking this in. You ready?
Okay, I see if I did a good justice here.
I'm sure you did. You always do. Here we go. Oh. Whoa. This is wild. My brain showed me walking into a European barbershop at the very minimum 250 years ago.
I'm with you.
There's not going to be a row of chemicals on the counter. There's not going to be the blue icy stuff. There's not going to be anything modern or chemically. It's all going to be actual lavender. It's all going to be actual talc. That is what this smells like. Walking into a room where everything was basically grown or gathered outside and brought in for your grooming ritual. This is wild. Hold on. Even the sense of a beautiful sand or clay outside on a warm day, and then you come in and you're greeted with the talc and lavender. And y'all, look at my face. It is a pure, actual talc smell. It's not baby powder. This is the actual talc mineral in all its chalky goodness, and everything in here that is surrounding it is bringing out its beauty, is bringing out its softness, and is bringing out its natural side. So that when you smell this, you really do get the sense of time traveling. There ain't aqua velva in this world at all. Hasn't even been invented. The DeLorean is in the cave with a perfectly good fuel line. And can we talk about that for a second?
I think that's what I was hinting at the beginning, though. Remember I said, like, that's what I thought classic aftershaves might kind of smell like?
I almost, for some reason, I know this is really weird, but the village where Luke Skywalker lived on Tatooine,
yeah. I'm with you.
I don't know why that came up, but it did.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, that's probably what they kind of would have, right?
These are the droids I'm looking for.
Like, do you get a more masculine, feminine thing happening? Because I don't think I do.
I get this beautiful, like, Roman place that is surrounded by granite and sand and stone. This is way outside the box, and yet I'm kind of mad we haven't had something like this so far.
Right? Okay, what is the intensity that you would say, though?
3.5.
Okay, that's why I was at. It's a potent scent.
Yes, but its character is soft, congenial, friendly, welcoming, hospitable, like an actual Roman barbershop might have been.
And if you put this on the crowd-pleasing scale, like, I don't think there's anything... I mean, if people don't like talc, maybe they wouldn't like it, but there's nothing in this that's like a pokey, annoying, kind of like in your face part of it.
No, but here's the cool thing. The road that you're on leads into a rather scary, dark witch's forest. And right before you get there, there's a right-hand turn taken, and you're back in the poppy fields. I hate to get Aussie in on this, but it's just so ubiquitous right now. So I can see where these scent notes would be heading toward a rather squinchy adventure. But way before you get there, it takes a right-hand turn, and all of your fears get assuaged. And that is part of why soaps have movement. They have stories. There's a reason there's top notes, middle notes, base notes. If you just go, you're not going to get the full story. You got to take it in, and it comes in acts, the same way Shakespeare's plays do. And this one almost opens with something that is as beautifully connected as honey and lemon, as if they are handing you a little dish to dab your fingers in before your shave. Then I get into the lavender and talc of the barbershop. And lastly, I smell that beautiful sandy granite quality of walking outside into the Roman sun. I'm not even sure why this is taking totally Roman either, but it is.
We're going on lots of adventures today. I just got a white countertop. He's taking us everywhere.
Do you get the honeyness in there, like a cream spun honey scent hiding in there?
I can't tell you. Maybe it's just helping round out the edges, like to smooth the talc and the lavender parts together. There may be like a honey part. There's something that goes subtly sweet. Not gourmandy, nothing like that. But just making it a little bit more crown pleasing.
That's another really important thing we should convey. How sweet is this for you on a scale of 1 to 10? I haven't said anything yet. What do you think?
I mean, I'd probably say like a 3, 4.
Yep, I'm at a 5. Nothing too crazy. When I heard talc and lavender, I thought, oh, this might be on the super sweet side. That's part of its charm. It doesn't have to go sweet. I feel like right before it goes too sweet, it turns sandy and rocky and beautiful.
Right. Oh, I'm with you for sure. Like, somehow I know that the sun is out outside.
Right.
Like, I feel like I'm starting off my day with this scent. Like, that's at least the vibe it's giving me.
And I kind of thought by the name I'd get kind of a colder sense, but I don't. There is such warmth. And we've got summer coming. It's a little way off, but I can guarantee you it will be here sooner than later. And you know, here's why these creams are a salvation. You ever shave, rinse off, start cleaning everything up, you've rinsed out your bowl, and then you go, oh man, there is a big annoying patch right there. I'm not going to build another lather. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. The shaving creams from Ariana and Evans can either be bowl lathered, as we are about to show you, or, ladies and gentlemen, straight to the face, straight to the legs, straight to the... Well, it comes right back off. You don't have to build a lather. That is partially how it's designed to be used. And in those moments, they are a godsend. So this is my vintage shaving brush from Ariana and Evans. It's a Badger knot, and we love this thing. And this is my new brass shaving bowl from Captain's Choice. It is under $75, I think. And what a beautiful heirloom tool this is. These are our bougie sticks from Amazon.com, so we don't contaminate our soap. And look at this,
nice
y'all.
and creamy,
Watch how soft
Nice
this is.
butter.
Right? Now, interesting. It's a slight bit denser than a McDuff's formula. So just in case you are keeping track, it's not like this is a whipped soap. It's still a hefty cream.
But it was a fun thing when we did our live that Talia was like, oh, I love the creams because I just throw them on my legs. And I was like, genius.
Right. Sometimes you just don't have to.
Right.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to give about 12 or 13 bougie sprays to this soap, get it nice and wet. And then I'm going to bring our shaving brush into this situation. Now, I have not soaked this brush. We are trying something that Craig suggested from Opus Brush. But what we are going to do is the patented Barbershop Duet brush spin. Go forwards, go backwards, push down a little bit, and then spin your brush 25%. New orientation for some of those bristles to take on that soap.
Yes.
And some of those bristles that were on the outsides don't have any soap on them at all. Now they do. And then as the spirograph pattern begins to form, turn the brush again, start loading that soap onto the bristles. Now, when you've got about 10% of the soap left in the bowl, I'm going to go down and grab the water. And on this brush, that is awfully easy. It just sops it all up just like that, like gravy on a biscuit. Gentlemen, you are now in flavor country. Ladies, this is ready to go straight to the legs. But if you do have a lovely brass bowl like we do, we're going to start making some circles.
A few moments later.
I feel like it's getting more potent or more intense
And
somehow.
do you smell what's happening to the florals in this?
Wow.
They are coming out in a whole different character, and it's beautiful.
It's funny. I know that it's lavender from the title,
Right.
but I don't know if my brain would have picked it up immediately. I just get
No.
the clean, the pretty, that part overall.
Right. We are giant fans of Lavender Noir around here. We both wore it to bed the other night. But this is a very different lavender. This is more your countryside by the side of the road lavender.
The sun is up. There's like a breeze on the ocean going
Right.
on. Like it's a daytime lavender. for
Lavender
me.
Noir is dark and mysterious and beautiful. This is the sunlit lavender.
Yeah.
And I love, too, Peter often doesn't stop at one lavender scent note. He will go and get 3 or 4 different oils and blend it until he has the exact lavender that is in his imagination.
And this does seem like a different side of lavender that's coming through.
Really
it works
does.
great with talc, whatever the side is.
And when are you done? How do you know when you're ready? Very simple. When this lather turns impressive, which doesn't take long. For a shaving cream, this has no business being priced as low as it is. Are you seeing that?
That's a nice
You know what?
thickness.
Ready? Feel for my stubble. Can you feel under it?
Right.
Is that
I don't
awesome?
usually have this,
That's what
connection
I love
here
about
on the
this.
face.
Would you like some on this brush
I'll
for
take a
yourself?
little. Oh, very, very fummy good lather.
And you know, I love how the talc and lavender are spreading out a little, and the lavender is rising to the top, and the
Right.
talc is supporting it. Do you smell that?
I do.
All right, y'all, let's explore this simplicity just a little bit more and take one more look at these set notes. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at shavingshopclub.com.
All right, we have talcum powder, French lavender, and lavender diva.
What did I tell you? There's more than one kind of lavender in here, and one of them's a Manelli.
A slight hint of almond and Toulouse balsam.
So here's why the almond is perfect. You ready? Do you get cherry at all? I don't.
No, if anything, it adds just a slight creamy
Yep.
part, maybe.
And for my idea of that 250-year-old Roman barbershop, it is the oil soap that they are using on the counters. That's how that almond is coming through for me. And it is phenomenal. And then let's talk for a second about what I thought was tofu. Toulouse balsam.
Right.
Let's do a brief amount of homework. Toulouse balsam.
Vanilla, cinnamon, and florals. Ha ha!
Yo, that's part of the magic in here. Are you kidding me? That's why we're sensing so much more of the vibe. This isn't just one scent note. This has got
No,
dozens
sir.
swirling around in here. What a beautiful soap this is. And we've got the splash, but we might need to take this a little deeper to open that one up.
I'm curious now, because earlier you were mentioning Oz. We were in Star Wars land. I'm curious if it's going to come back more with this plan.
Around the world in 80 ways. But you know what's funny? I now understand why I was talking to a couple of the brethren who were like, I don't really get either. Because these are so not your dime store versions of talc and lavender, y'all. These are the actual things. And the amount of time it's taking me to get this off is a testament.
Did you start your timer?
To how well these aftershave bottles are sealed.
They will not spill while traveling, that's for sure.
I have more of a beard now than I did when I started opening this bottle. But you know what, for me, I love that. Because how heartbroken are you when your box arrives and it's wet and smells beautiful? You know what I mean? Never with Ariana.
Right? And for us, we have to try to plug our noses because it's going to ruin a first
That
impression.
happened once where we got the box. We were like, crap, we just ruined an episode. Put that as far away as you can.
Got it.
Yeah! All right, here we go. This also has such a classy vibe to it because it's not having to prove itself as talc or lavender. It is just allowing itself to be its own
Almost a little Hollywood-ish to me.
100%. 100%.
Got my arms ready. Please hold. That second layer.
Wait.
Hold on. Okay, now I'm getting that Toulouse balsam for sure. That vanilla cinnamon floral business happening.
This just blew up. Y'all, this is wild. Hold on. I am getting the heart of the talc. I'm getting the outside of the lavender.
Wow. And the almond. That's the almond that's here too.
Whoa. Nothing dry
No.
or arid about this. It's warm and inviting.
Yeah, whoever this is, you want to give them a hug immediately and not let go.
How you make talc and lavender smell like summer. But it does. It is bright. It is creamy.
Like, I can see the blossoms happening.
Right.
Something about it is alive.
And y'all, it is as alluring as Lavender Noir in exactly the other direction. And what fabulous bookends to have if you love lavender, because those are the stars of both. The more I am experiencing this in the splash, the more I am realizing what that talc is doing, and it's genius. If it had been baby powder, look at my face. If it had been baby powder, they would have destroyed each other where they met. But this isn't. This is actual talc mixing with actual lavender, how they actually spice baby powder in the first place. But it stops there, and it's brilliant.
So is it still in the Marcus finding his clean scent lane?
Yeah. I am still getting, I know it's not a set note, but the way my brain is perceiving how these are all coming together at the end of the whiff, on the last page of the book, is a beautiful sense of honey, mixed with a bit of vanilla. Are you smelling that?
I think that might be the magic of like just the Toulouse balsam is a little different. There's something in it that has
It
that.
did mention vanilla.
It's not smoky, but it's almost approaching like a little teaser of some kind of a spice or ember or something at the end.
Wow. And you know what? If somebody did walk by me wearing this, I would 80% have that wow, clean, put together.
Yep.
And 20% wait. What is that?
Right.
This would be a compliment getter because that last 20% is so enigmatic and yet beautiful. That.
There's something in the splash that smells really expensive to me. Like
Totally
a really
does.
fancy, I don't know, like if I just went to a brilliant spa somewhere or I'm in like Britain and somebody walked out, like I would assume they are dolled up by the smell.
When you walk in the Fairmount Hotel here in Berkeley and they look at me like, sir, nice Disneyland sweatshirt, but it smells fabulous. I have a friend whose curtains open with a remote control. Smells like that.
Yeah. But with the price point they have for the shaving cream and the splash,
Y'all?
it would smell like them perfectly.
Less than a glass of wine in New York. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Luke Skywalker getting his first shave out in Tatooine. And when they ask you, what do you got going on for the day? And you say, oh, I'm going to go out and find old Ben Kenobi and maybe a couple of nice working droids. They're going to say,
Over my burned carcass!
and you're going to get your own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Chikalis, my hat is off because baby powder would have been the easy way out. We've got a billion of them. Nothing with talc. But that beautiful, natural clay-like smell is so worthy of discovery. And then how you balance it out is everything. A phenomenal painter's view of that scent because of how the lavender surrounds it. And again, a fabulous, classic, old-school version of lavender. What a phenomenal cream this is. Thanks, you guys. Welcome to Messages.
So for our January giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to win one of the inaugural soaps that Adopted Acres is offering now.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here our first week of February to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
I don't think I've ever smelled a soap in a splash that had such contrasting characteristics, but blended so beautifully on the face.
They're great on their own, too. Like,
Right.
each of them are wonderful
Absolutely.
little characters.
Well, they help you explore each individual
Yes.
note a little bit better in the different ways. Is that what
Right.
you were going to say?
Oh, yeah, it
totally
is what
said
I was
anyway.
going to say. But I do feel like this is one of those ones you really want to have the splash after to kind of linger and keep that cleanliness
Yeah.
and nice little charm with you.
We would have been going to the website immediately following this episode if we did not have it. This
That
is
is
one of those.
very true.
And you know, I love that it's not one that right outside the box I am just going to fall in love with. I love that you have to explore this soap a bit to find all of those beautiful, lovely characters under the surface. And I
Right.
think the longer you're in the shaving soap world or the frag world or the fragrance world at all, I think that's part of your journey. At first, you like the easier puzzles. But after a few months, you enjoy the adventures. After a few months, you like the thrill of the chase for those scent notes. And after a couple of years, it's all oud and animalics. It goes from crowd pleaser to room clearer.
I do feel like there's also something nice and charming about this. Like if someone was new to wet shaving,
Right.
this might be a
Oh.
nice scent to just throw under their nose and see
100%.
what they think.
Just so they can experience how different these
Right.
scents are from what you might be expecting.
Like when you read Talc and Lavender, you're like, I think I know that. And then you take a whiff and you're like, oh, if this is what they offer, hold on.
Totally different. And I love that. It's like hearing another great artist cover one of your favorite songs, but they do it in such a different way. And boy, Peter Chikalis is one of my favorite artisans for the originals and the covers alike.
And there are more of those shaving creams we need to get in the den because if this is the newest one, there's some other ones I saw too.
I am excited and stay tuned for Matcha, y'all. It's a new formulation and it's on our calendar.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.